Hey, yo, what up, Azteca Podcast? You already know who it is. It's one half of the sexiest Puerto Rican studs on this planet, Ortiz, baby. And shout out to all the Bodega Podcast listeners. Ow.
Yo, this is the Lucha Thug, the one-man Lucha gang, El Rey Gordo himself, the King Fat Boy Papo Esco, and y'all rocking with the Urban Wrestling Network.
It's your boy, the young GOAT, one half of Injustice, Hot Fire Myron, and you're listening to Urban Wrestling Network. Thank you.
This is Josef Samael from Contra Unit, and you're watching the Urban Wrestling Network.
What's good? It's Tristan Ty, a.k.a. Ikuro Kwon. You're watching Urban Wrestling Network. Hail Contra!
Christi Jaynes, and you're listening to the Urban Wrestling Network.
For the best bling, for the best prices, it's only one spot to go to. That's hiphopblink.com. And ladies, we tired of the ties and socks. We want rings with rocks, you dig? And when you there, make sure you put that promo code UWN. Y'all already know what it is, man. For the entire team, we out of here. Deuces.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dandara, a.k.a. Chef. I'm here with none other than my brother, Evil Once. I know technically they'll see two of these, and you should technically be on the road to Boston, but we're shooting two at the same time. My brother, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's your boy, your quintessential Puerto Rican muffin. Jorge's still here. My back is feeling good. I'll go tomorrow, check my back out, and see how it is. And I'm ready to free dive at a concert, do whatever I have to do, jump in the ring, go face-to-face with Josef Samael. If you want some, come get some, brother. Stay in your side, I'll stay in my side. And if you touch me, I sue. That's the American way. and with that, Chef, what you got? What we got today, brother?
Listen, I know Bray Wyatt's name has been teased to Impact Wrestling a lot lately. I see it. You know, I can't. If I jump on my Facebook, everybody's posting AEW or Impact Wrestling, right?
Bro, and I was like, every person that's a free agent is always in Impact Wrestling. Everything doesn't matter who it is.
Oh, facts. But
doesn't matter who it is.
Because remember we did that. We were saying where would he land, and I said he would hurt Impact Wrestling.
Exactly. With the K.
Now I'm wrong though, because I had to think about this yesterday, and I was like, damn, everybody keeps saying the Dark Order. At this point, the Dark Order is a joke on YouTube, and I don't care anymore. Well, we thought something was going to be fire with that. I know the passing of the big man, it slowed things down. But you still had, I think, what's the name? John Silver. You had
Alex
so many.
Reynolds, Evo Uno, Evo Dos, and I forgot his damn name too. But you still have the Dark Order. And like you mentioned, with the passing of Brody Lee, Rochester's own brother Lee here, rest in peace, it kind of slowed down. It kind of turned them into the fan favorites. But now, almost a year later, it's watered down now. My thing is, they have to break up. They'll have to break. They have to, take John Silver and Alex Reynolds out because they are over with the fans. Evo Uno and Grayson and maybe even Cobana, will stay over. But they have to break up and turn back heel. And maybe this is the good part for Bray Wyatt to be that new leader for them and get them back in the right form.
Well, this is where I was like, AEW, what have you seen production-wise out of AEW that he was doing with WWE. You don't see that kind of production. And then I'm like, all right, well, once again, I'm going to go back to my Impact Wrestling with Decay because you set him off there. And then I was thinking, shit, their production hasn't done shit really with Decay real special neither. So I was like, where would he fit in? And then I was like, yo, if not MLW, but if Azteca Underground signed Bray Wyatt, and if they're going to do that whole Lucha Underground-ish stuff, who better to give creative freedom and that type of vision to Bray Wyatt? Or what's his real name? Mike Rotunda or something like that?
Yeah. No, Mike Rotunda is dead. It was,
Okay.
It was Wyndham Rotunda.
Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah, because it's Barry Wyndham's last name and then his last name.
So we seen him get stuck with Nexus when he was what was it, Husky Harris, I think his name was, whatever.
Husky Harris, yep.
He was nobody.
Yep.
He reinvented himself in Bray Wyatt when he did the whole chair thing, and he was fire. He was killing it, right? We've seen him reinvent himself into the Fiend.
Yes.
Started doing the whole, I think, Firefly Funhouse.
Firefly Funhouse.
So you're seeing him,
and that character, that was a whole different character that he had there. So he's like playing 4 different people since he's been in the E.
Yeah, and his creative genius is crazy. And I don't think that Impact does enough cinematic stuff for a character of that taking. Where Azteca Underground, if they're going the same kind of direction like they did with Lucha Underground, to me, I think that's the best place for a guy like Bray Wyatt to go. Will he go? No. Well, first off, no one knows where he's going. But I think for him to come back and have his own direction, what better playground to have than that kind of feel? And El Jefe, you know what he does. If you give him anything like how he had King Huertas walking around killing people and these dark scenes behind, it'd be a field day for him. And this isn't PG. This is the WWE where you got to walk a tight line. No. This is free. You want to do something? I mean, we seen Bill Huertas fought who when they were in like the Azteca jungle fight. He fought oh my God, Savio Vega. He fought Uncle Savio Vega.
Yeah.
And he hit him with a shovel. He was going to bury him alive. Like, you can't do that type of stuff in WWE.
Not anymore.
So now you sit back and you go, okay, who could give you the best production value for your mental? And I honestly think it's Azteca Underground. I don't want to even see him in MLW Fusion. To me, he's an Azteca Underground guy. Get him there, and when you want to do your crossovers and everything, you do it that way. But I think that he should be the face of the biggest. I would honestly throw my whole bag at him.
And the thing is, right now you have a couple of free agents that are pretty good, big name. Braun Strowman is still out there. You got Wyatt. Even Buddy Murphy or Murphy Buddy, whatever his name was. He's been doing that little cinematic stuff that he was like in a mental institution or jail or something, and that's pretty creative. And then you got a Ruby Soho, Ruby Riot, who's been doing the same thing too, So these guys have been staying relevant, doing stuff outside of the company while still waiting for those whatever competition things are over. Because right now everybody's on the CM Punk trip. Now everybody's waiting for Alex Cole or Adam Cole, baby, to see where he's going to go. Now that he's a free agent, supposedly, and everybody, no matter what, he'll be at AEW, no matter what. And because his girlfriend's there, so we know he's going to be there. And then then you have Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, and we don't see him. I mean, he's too big to go anywhere else other than AEW. So, but then you have all these other guys, and you kind of go to yourself like, damn, I don't see them in AEW. I see them here or I see them here, and then you kind of go like, okay, maybe if this guy starts choosing something else, give the fans hope that, okay, maybe my future wrestler in the future might land here or might land there, instead of always going to the most common place now being WCW 3.0 AEW.
I mean, at this point, like, to be honest, CM Punk's buzz, and you know what? I've never been a CM Punk fan, but I'm enjoying what he's doing with the business. Fans
What is he
are
doing?
well.
He ain't doing nothing. He just
No.
he's been out twice, talked, and he just came back after 7 years. I'm already sick of the guy already.
Well, no. What I'm saying is the way fans are reacting to him.
Oh,
They're so
yes, yes.
And I love that because, for a while, you got used to certain things, and you're like, all right, this is what it is. AEW, it's WCW all over again. It's
3.0.
the same problem that WWE has. WWE has 9 million wrestlers, and you don't see them all.
And can you tell me what the hell is Darby Allin all about? Like why his first feud has to be with Darby Allin? Like, he's 150 pounds of nothing. I don't get this attraction to this dude.
Listen,
I don't get it.
I'm not a fan of Darby Allin, and his moveset does not impress me. Like smaller guys.
There's nothing there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. With small, now I have been a fan of smaller guys, like like Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud is amazing on the mic, and he can go with anybody. Rockstar Spud has a great move set.
Bro, give me Adam Cole any day over Jungle Boy and Darby Allin and every other guy that's same size. I'll take Adam Cole any day. Adam Cole, the only thing that Adam Cole lacks is the size. That's it.
Oh, he can come with the best of them. He can wrestle with the best of them.
Charisma, up to everything. He has everything except for the size. Adam Cole is that guy I will pay to see. There's nothing that Darby Allin has that I want to see. There's nothing there, so I don't understand what this shit with our Darby Allin is.
It's because they're hard on him and they stuck staying with him. Because I could point out independent guys that I like more than him. You know what I mean? Like, his moveset isn't even that interesting. I could care less. To be honest with you, he's not. I don't know.
Because he goes on top rope and does this and then jumps backwards, holding his arms like he's in a coffin. That's it. That's what got him over. Is that?
That's it. Listen, I'm 42 years old, out of shape. If Darby Allin jumps off the top of anything, I'll catch his ass and I'll slam his ass. He's a little guy, and these guys are way bigger than me. That coffin drop might not even knock me down. If I stand still to brace for it, it's not interesting. So I see AEW just so oversaturated. And at this point, to me, Braun Strowman, he doesn't get the push like that either, because you got now Christian there. You got now Daniel Bryan supposedly going to be there. CM Punk is there. You have
Andrade just got there.
Andrade just got there. Miro was the TNT champ. Eventually, Cody's going to come back shortly. And what do you do? What do you do? So
you got 4 shows, or 2, 2 on TBS, Wednesdays and Fridays, and now the Friday is not even going to be live. It's going to be taped on Wednesdays, they're saying now, with some shows here and there being live, like once a month. So they lied to the fans before they said it was going to be live Fridays. Now it's going to be taped.
Yeah, and my thing is, and we've talked about this is why I want to see more guys go to Impact and MLW. I really want to see that, because Impact needs more. And I was talking with someone, they always feel like crapping on Impact, and I'm like, I'm really not, because now a guy like Eddie Edwards is talented, can't talk for shit, cannot talk, but he can wrestle with anybody. If he goes to AEW, where does he fall into? I don't know. Sami Callihan, all he can do is talk. I'm not interested in Sami Callihan. Moose fits everywhere. He stayed loyal. He got the bag with Impact. God bless.
And they don't even use him right.
And they don't even use him right.
That dude should have been champion years ago, and he's still not.
So I'm sitting back and I'm like, I want to see more high-profile guys go over there, take Impact to that next level, because you just had Christian beat Kenny Omega for the Impact belt, not for the AEW belt, because that wasn't going to happen.
On an AEW show, not on an Impact show either.
Yeah, so that's telling you a lot that they won't even put their belt on their show. So you're like, damn. I mean, now eventually an Impact guy can beat Christian because they weren't going to let it be Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
So
never.
Eventually, maybe during a Hall of Fame ceremony, I don't know. But if you had a guy like Braun Strowman walk in, you're like,
boom, it's over.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they get a big name. The only problem with Braun is he's not great on a mic. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of Impact guys who are not great on a mic, and it's a smaller promotion. You can get away with it. With MLW, I think that they have a lot of guys who could talk on a mic and are talented as well. And I'm like, right now we know that King Muertes, Matt Cross, and probably Gringo Loco are Azteca Underground guys.
Now, just imagine a team of Mil Muertes and Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend character together.
Dude, and at that point, it's game over. Because, and let me explain to you, with these action figures that you're getting out, if you get a Bray Wyatt, it's going to make the most sales out of every wrestler there.
They're still selling merchandise for Bray Wyatt at the and he's not even there.
Stuff.
He's not even there. I think they just came out with a new T-shirt and he's not there.
That's my point. And then a guy like Bray Wyatt changes the game because that Fiend, the Bray Wyatt, his fan base is his fan base.
Yes.
They're not just WWE fans. No, they're the Fiend fans and they're the Bray Wyatt fans. All those people that want to put the little lighters or whatever it was in the sky, little lights, his following is huge. And the man could do it all. So I was like, yo, he's got to get paired up with Conan and El Jefe because they'll take that and go to a whole nother level.
Dude, talking about Conan, how the hell did Conan get to be the manager of La Rebellion on Sunday night's N.W.A. show? This dude is paired with every Latino in every damn company. Like, how does Conan just show up everywhere? I mean, this dude was the Impact. Then he went to AEW and some of the videos, and then DJing for LA, Proud and Powerful. Then you see him at MLW bringing out LAX, and you're like, how the hell did this happen? Then you see him Sunday night, and the Ray show with the tag team, the new tag team champions. I'm like, Conan's everywhere. How is that even legal?
You know what I dig about this is when you try to find a representation for the Hispanic culture, you're like, who is it? But
Conan.
At this, it's got to be Conan because Conan's got every Hispanic wrestler with some kind of belts right now, except for the new LAX, which had a bit of MLW. But you don't know what's going on because if Conan's with you, somehow you win gold. He came in, Santana and Ortiz won gold. He came into N.W.A, Mecha Wolf, and
Best just 666.
Yeah.
They just won the gold on Sunday night.
I'm gonna tell you, those are some pretty ass belts.
Yes, they are. Yeah, that's the 80s belts from back then. They kept them the same. They never changed them.
I seen them hold them, and I was like, woo.
That's one thing about N.W.A. It's all about tradition. It's all about history. Every single belt that they have is still the original belts or molded as the belts that they had from the 60s, 70s, 80s. It has not changed. I even hate that Pepto-Bismol NWA title, the pink title. That's still the same title, even the same waistband from those days. Yes, it's still the same. I wish they would change that belt and change the waisting, the band, and make update that. but it's still the same one they used back in the days. So that's NWA is tradition, and Corbin, Corbin believes in tradition, and that's what it is. Every belt, the TV title, the heavyweight title with Charlotte, now the tag team titles are all the same titles that were being used in the 70s, 80s. It's the same design. It has not changed. But then with that NWA title, that Pepto Bismol pink looking, that's got to go. I hated that title since I seen it back in the 80s, and I hate it even more now in 2021. It's ugly as hell.
And when you said that, I hope a place, because WWE always changes their belts. AEW, I'm not a fan of some of their belts, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
MLW, from what I know, now I'm from this era of MLW, not the old one from before.
Oh, yes.
So I love these belts. I think all the belts they have are freaking fire.
Yeah.
I love their belts. And I hope that stays that way, because it does, like you said, they keep to tradition. Yeah. And to me, that's more important than everything else, because you symbolize or understand. When you see Sweet Charlotte, you either go, that's the 10 pounds of gold, or that's Sweet Charlotte. You don't say that's the N.W.A heavyweight champion.
Exactly. That's Sweet Charlotte or the 10 pounds of gold. That's the two nicknames everybody knows the title by. You rarely say, oh, that's the N.W.A heavyweight title. Nope. That's Sweet Charlotte or 10 pounds of gold.
And I would love for people to see that with MLW or Impact Wrestling and, N.W.A ROH. I would like to see that like that, because it means something. It's like those titles mean something. And I do believe that Fatu and Hammerstone have taken those belts to other levels. And I'm like, this is amazing of what we're seeing. And with Myron Reed, he beat what's this guy? The Moneyweight guy.
Yeah, Leo Rush. Ugh, God.
Leo Rush. It was a good match, but we also haven't really seen him.
I love the match. I don't say the dude, his lack of passion is his issue.
Yeah.
That he wants to retire every other week.
We also haven't seen Myron Reed's reign with it yet, because that actually belt as well. Because a belt is just a piece of metal. It's what matches come with that piece of metal that make those belts special. And like I was saying, and we'll end it on this with the Bray Wyatt thing.
Well, I wanted to say one more thing about Jacob Fatu. He went down to Dallas this past weekend, and down in SWE Fury, and he joined Privileged, the group Privileged. So he's now a member of Privileged now, with Charlie Haas and oh God, I forgot. Charlie Haas. Dude, I forgot the other two members now. But he's a member. Yeah, he's a member of Privilege now. Charlie Haas, Rodney Mack, and there's one more dude there that's from that company there. So now there's 4 members now.
And
I thought that was huge right there.
And if I'm not mistaken, that is the company of Lacey Von Erich and the Von Erichs.
Yes, Lacey Von Erich.
They are making some serious moves.
So there, while everybody else is watching NWA and stuff like that, this is happening down there at SW Fury on Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I was like, holy crap, he joined Privilege. I was like, wow, all right.
Yeah, shout out to them, because they're doing some dope shit over there. And that's
they're bringing in some good. They're bringing in some big names here and there. So
they're on the come up. How do you want to leave off this Bray Wyatt Azteca Underground thing?
Man, I hope it happens. I really hope it happens, man. I just want us, and I mean by us mean the fans, that we get these guys or ladies, do something different. Don't just always go for the money, or the one that's that has like the 2 TV deals and on YouTube for 2 days a week. Give the fans something to cheer about, and give us something to tune in. Like, I'll be love to tune in MLW or Impact Wrestling, N.W.A, and see somebody that I will never think of them going there, popping up there. And oh, how the hell did that happen? How did they just pull that off? And that's what I used to have back in the days. Stuff like that happened. But now everybody big name that leaves the universe already goes to WCW 3.0. You know, it's a given now. If you were a big name there and you left on your own or you got fired because something happens, you go there. Even though it's always just the big names, not everybody, the big names. And then you kind of go, okay, is this guy a big name or a small name? Adam Cole. Adam Cole is not going to go anywhere other than AEW. Unless he goes back home to Ring of Honor, that'll be the only other place that Adam Cole will go, if that. And that's, I'll say 98.5% that will never happen. So I'm 98.5% sure he'll go to AEW. And as a shocker, because he wants the money, he'll stay with Uncle Vince. And if he stays there, then he's getting paid $3 million a year if he goes back there. I'm telling you that right now. He's gonna, if he goes back to Uncle Vince, he's getting paid over $2.5, $3 million a year. Whatever he wants, he's gonna get if he goes back there.
My worry with some talents, right? Like I'm an Impact guy, you're an Impact guy. EC3 is one of my favorite wrestlers, period. I've always been a big EC3 fan. EC3 left Impact Wrestling hot as shit. His name was crazy. Goes to WWE. They joke him around. He doesn't do anything. He leaves. He starts doing his own that narrative thing.
Yeah.
And he gets people are oh my God, look at this, look at this. He goes to Impact Wrestling, does nothing.
Nope.
He goes to Ring of Honor. When's the last time you heard somebody talk about EC3 really?
He had a good match recently. That was about it.
But that's what I'm saying. These guys have
and then he had COVID. Yeah. So yeah.
You have to understand your brand, and you got to sign where you think is the best for you. I don't think the money thing, because the money will be there. You'll make money. Because if you go to an Impact, you go to an MLW, if you're that much of the man, your shirt sales are going to sell. Now, at this point, if I'm MLW, I'm like, yo, we already got figures coming. Why don't you come over here? You make your money on your figures. Who got figures? Impact ain't got no figures. N.W.A ain't got no figures. Let's get that going. And then
for N.W.A's, there's a word for that I just forgot. But to N.W.A's case, they just came back. You know what I'm saying? So the figure thing is going to be a while before they'll have any type of figures. But Impact for sure and Ring of Honor for sure should have figures by now.
Yeah, and I'm also telling them we got Vice TV. You know, we have other, Bean Sports. You have
Bean Sports. The Zone, but I don't think they're there anymore. And then like Kurt Bauer said, they work on the streaming service, which right now because of COVID, the news like he was said, you want to tell us, but you can't tell us until everything is signed, dry on paper. I still think it's going to be on El Rey Network, since El Rey Network just came back not even 2 weeks ago on streaming service, and it's a win-win for everybody if it stays in the streaming with El Rey Network. It'll be awesome.
I mean, if they come out with an app, as long as it's better than Impact's,
yes. Dude, anything's better than that damn Impact Plus app. That shit is trash.
And listen, this is where we're at. Even Lonsay is loyal to what he likes. He always supports. But at this point, I'm saying, look at all the moves we're making. You could be the cog that takes to that next level. You know what I mean? He's a big enough name where you're the face now.
Let me ask you a question. When 2000, when Uncle Vince bought Impact Wrestling, when Uncle Vince bought WCW, what was left after that?
What year did they buy that?
2000.
I don't remember anything after that.
Okay. So now we fast forward 21 years, or we go 19 years, 21 years now in 2021. You have 6 companies now. WWE and AEW are the 1 and 2.
Yep.
You have Impact Wrestling, MLW, N.W.A, and Ring of Honor, which means you have options now. You keep selling yourself, like you're saying right now. You keep selling yourself. You go on. You have social media. You have outlets now. You have followers. Do those narratives. Do those videos. Stay on top of your followers. Get interactive with your following, and you have options now. Before, there wasn't. 20 years ago, there wasn't any options. All the option was Uncle Vince bought WCW, and that's it. And then from there, Ring of Honor gave birth. Impact came right after, 6 months after Ring of Honor. Impact came out, and they just came out. MLW returned after being gone for almost 15 plus years. So right now, this is the best time, and everybody is trying to open themselves to everything now. It's not the guys' world anymore. Now they're trying to hit everything. Now the women matter now, which they should have mattered before. They matter more now than they did before. So now the avenues are being opened for males and females, and everything in between is happening now. So you can sell yourself on social media.
Oh, 1,000,000%. And right now, if you're anybody that's been on, that's a mainstay, not some local independent jobber that goes on MLW, you never see him again. But if you're anybody who's a mainstay on any network, and I'm talking like WWE, AEW, use your Instagram, use your Twitter, because everyone's seeing you, and now you can build up your brand just by doing little random things. Understand your brand and understand how to make it better for you long-term wise. Like I said, if I'm MLW, I've already made that call to Bray Wyatt, and I'm telling them, go look at AEW, go look at Ring of Honor, who don't do no kind of promo work. Go look at Impact Wrestling, and tell me who can match your vision like we can match your vision. Who can do it? Because we're going to give you what you want. And at that point, you tell me how much, and let's try to meet in the middle somewhere, because I know you know what your value is, but I got to protect my roster too. You know what I'm saying? I can't overpay for something because I have an entire roster I got to deal with. And that's where I'm at with this all. And I was like, the whole time when we did the show, where was Bray Wyatt going? I was like, yo, he'd be killer in Decay if they did more heavy promo stuff. But they don't. Impact is kind of like that old school, they might cut a promo here and there, and then they go into the ring and everything's in ring. Where Lucha Underground was promo heavy. You know what I mean? Like, even matches could be crazy cinematic. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, yo, he's got to go to Azteca Underground at this point. It just makes sense. Let Braun Strowman go to Impact. I think that'd be killer for him because he's the king when he goes over there. And if he can't talk, match him with somebody. If you have to get, a hot chick that knows how to talk on the independents, throw the hot chick. If you need a guy, what's the old guy?
Hey, like they say, sex sells, female sell. And a lot of people want to see a female talk more than a guy anyway. So, like you mentioned, put somebody pretty in front that could talk and let her make that money for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do nothing but look like the boss.
Yes, exactly. Now, what you were saying about the old guy?
Oh, Father Tom Mitchell. Tom.
Yeah. Tom Mitchell. James Mitchell. Yeah, he was in the N.W.A on Sunday while he has a new client there.
That's what I'm saying. You can easily slide somebody to just take that spot and be like, listen, don't talk, just murder people. And you're like, I'm a big guy, I can do that. Let Impact get this guy, bring Bray Wyatt over there. All of a sudden, Impact takes another step up because they get a name brand. MLW takes another step up, and now you're actually seeing the business grow. But if everybody goes to AEW,
exactly. Because I was gonna say right now with Ruby Soho, hopefully now with MLW mentioning names coming in, they just mentioned Nicole Savoy is going to be there October 2nd for the show. That's a big name for females division coming up right now. Imagine Ruby Soho being named one of the upcomers coming up in the future there next month. Because tomorrow's September, so I said next month already, October.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
that'd be huge right there, boy. That'd be huge right there.
Yep. And then all of a sudden,
That's a huge name.
This women's division is shaping up real nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I mean, that's something right there if that happens.
Oh yeah. And I hope the Bray Wyatt thing happens. I'd love Ruby Soho to go there. I'm still a Tella Hendricks fan. I really want to see her back. We understand there's some kind of madness going on. It is. Yeah. So my brother,
I still say that she's blackballed in the business, man.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know shit about, I don't know anything, but I say that she's blackballed.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. It's urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. For myself, the big homie, we out of here wishing him nothing but his health. And we're going to let you off on that. Enjoy your weekends. Deuces.